As you often say, situations don't have any meaning on their own. We attach meaning, we give to them. So what role is the self-talk doing here? And what sort of self-talk should we indulge in order to make ourselves more powerful, more confident?
That's a great question, because we are wired to be very scared of rejection. Like people say, I couldn't speak to my kid's school teacher, or I'm too scared to speak to my boss.
Right.
We give these people, like teachers, mythical powers, and we're scared they might reject us. We can't ask for what some people can't even take stuff back to a store or in a restaurant, say, hey, this food is cold or burnt. It's like, oh no, I daren't, because they might reject me. So right. It is wired into us to fear rejection. However, you have immense power to influence that wiring. And one of the best ways to do it is to go, you know what? The only person who has the power to reject me is me. Mm-hmm. I could say to you, I don't like you because you've got bright purple hair. And you go, what are you talking about? It's clearly I haven't, so you wouldn't let that in.
Right.
And you have to do everything. Look, it's you have an opinion. It's not my opinion. You think I'm boring or stupid or unattractive. That's your opinion, but I don't have to let it in. And one of the things that will change your life is to not let in destructive criticism, and just understand that the people doing that have an agenda. Nobody wakes up and says, oh, my life is so great, I think I'll go on the media and troll somebody. My life's so amazing. I'm so happy. I'm so fulfilled. I'm so blissed out. Let me go onto Facebook and totally diminish some person I've never met. Obviously, people who do that are deeply unhappy and dissatisfied. Right. And critical people, without question, are dissatisfied with themselves. So the thing is, don't let it in. Understand the truth. The only person who can truly reject you is you.
Right. And these people wouldn't have the courage to say it to your face. You know, if you were in a public setting, they're just hiding behind the screen somewhere and using that as a
few of them would, but even if you still can say, well, thanks for sharing. I happen not to agree with you, but hey, have a nice day. You still don't have to let it in. What you have to do is to understand that the most important words you will ever hear, bar none, are the words you say to yourself. And the most important opinion for you is your opinion. So if you could start every day just doing this, I'm enough, I'm lovable just the way I am, I matter, and I'm significant. Those 4 statements, if you wrote them on your mirror, put them on your fridge in magnets, put them in your passwords in different ways, so that every day you had to read, write, and type, I'm enough, I matter, I'm significant, and I am lovable, you would start to build armor plating. Your mind learns by repetition. It would start to let it in. It wouldn't question it. If you could just do that, it would change your life. And I know that because we now have schools all over the world doing this. And in doing it, they're saying, wow, you know, bullying has almost stopped in our school. Grades have gone up. The kids are happier because they all have a little plaque on their desk that says, I'm enough, I matter, I'm significant.
And those are beautiful ideas for people to get more creative with their passwords. Some of them just type in 1, 2, 3, 4. That is absurd, you know. So
give someone else the job of putting that in you, because that's what we do. Wander around. I've got to find someone to complete me, to make me feel I matter. I need to find someone to tell me I'm enough. You don't actually. You need to do that. And the day you do it, you're more likely to meet someone, because now you're rating it out that you're enough. So don't think I need someone to make me feel enough. Decide you're enough, and you'll find someone who absolutely agrees with you.
That is beautiful. What, could you repeat those 4 statements once again, please? I am enough was number 1.
I'm enough. I'm significant. I'm significant.
I'm significant.
I'm lovable.
I'm lovable. I am enough. I matter. I'm significant, and I matter. Beautiful.
And I'm lovable. Yeah.
And I'm lovable.
That's it. Yeah. Just say those every day. You need to say them. You know, you could stick it on a Post-it note and glance at it, and that's okay. But when you speak it, You're affirming it to be true about you, and say it in a confident voice. Just say it and say it and say it. Because I'm a great believer that if you have dry lips and you put on some balm, that balm will nourish the dry lips. Mm-hmm. But words will nourish a dry soul.
Wow.
And your brain doesn't go, hey, is that balm organic? Is it fair trade?
You don't ask
Is it expensive, or did you find it in some freebie bag on an aeroplane? It still does its nourishing job. Mm-hmm. And the same thing with words. Your mind doesn't go, is that true? Mm-hmm. Is that ever been true? It just lets them in like it lets in moisture. Mm-hmm. So whatever you need to hear, the missing bit of you is that we often want someone to say, you're special, you're my favorite, because our parents didn't. And we were wandering through life waiting for someone to go, oh, you're special, you're the favorite. But you can't give that power to someone else.
Right. Well, what if they don't use it, right? What if they don't say it to you, right?
But they might. But then they might say, I'm off now. I found someone I like more than you. Or they might die, or you might get bored with them. Mm-hmm. The day you decide to think, what do I need to hear? What are the words I've always wanted to hear? Okay, I'm just going to say them. You're my favorite. You're special. You're lovable. You're amazing. If you keep saying them so fast, they'll sink in. And all of a sudden, you're not needy. You don't look for someone else to fill you up.
Right.
Because you know that they can also empty you out. You do it yourself. That doesn't mean you don't love compliments and praise, but it means that you're not needing someone to complete. You're already complete. And now you can find someone to have a great life with, because you're not incomplete without them.
No, that's beautiful.